Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hey, welcome to 40 and Go. We have changed the name. I want to talk about, I'm going to jump right into it. Just going to talk about a certain topics. I'm going to find topics to talk about. I felt like I wasn't being more interactive with a lot of people. Um, you know, just got to kind of adapt. I learned that in coaching. Like, you got to adapt to the situation at hand. And really, it wasn't, this channel really wasn't, I wasn't really trying to just just allow people to, just kind of say, hey, let's go get this person. This, I want everybody looking at. No, it was more just really to talk about the things I saw in the scriptures that was not being talked about, and I just felt like it was that time. But now, being that, a lot of God is working through a lot of people. YouTube is different. And so I had to say thank you, YouTube. Everybody, kind of winning out here. That's what I like to see. I was visualizing this before it started kind of taking off, like around 2014. You know, but it was kind of different. But that's the way things happen. Things work like that. Sometimes, it takes a little while. But what I envision, not saying that I know everything. I'm saying like that's kind of what I want. I wanted a lot of people. I was just saying, when you look at the big entities out here, they're combining forces. Like they make a movie, you got 3 or 4 companies, uniting. And now I see that with YouTube, and so a lot of people are taking advantage of it. So that's good. Yeah. So let's get into it. Okay, that's enough of my little spiel. Were the giants in the Bible really giants? I'm gonna be real quick with this. About 5 or 10 minutes. I'm gonna kind of put it out there, being that it's night, and then if I get a lot of people talking and commenting, and then what I might do, I might have another episode and just keep kind of just talking more about it to go more in depth. So right now I'm introducing it to you guys. Now this is what I think. I heard, I don't like talking about. I appreciate what pastors do, especially the pastors out here now that's telling the truth. So I heard a couple things and I was like, I guess I don't, and what I say is not set in stone because I really don't know. But I'm more just kind of reading into it, and the way I'm seeing the scripture, I'm going to give you guys a spiel, like a 5-minute spiel of how I see it. And now you guys can kind of say, I disagree, or this is why I disagree. So that's why I want to be more interactive. That's my goal for this channel now. And I call it 40 and Go, just so everybody would know. Everybody say, oh, I thought this was spiritual warfare. 40 years in the wilderness, also 40 years old, kind of is when I really start really digging into the scriptures. I was always professing that I was a Christian, but about 40 years old, which is, I'm telling my age, about 10 years ago. And that's when I really started kind of digging deep into the scripture. So, and I'm not perfect by any means. Y'all already know, Jesus was the only one, that's why he died for us. So yeah, all we can do is strive to be, be at least halfway decent, because we're filthy rags at the end of the day. Well, I speak for myself. I'm filthy rags, which is said in the scripture. But anyway, okay. So this is how I lose my fans. Let's go. So now, why am I saying this? Let's look it up real quick. And there you go. Are there giants in the Bible? Actually, actual giants? Question mark. So now, let me see if I can find this for you guys. Let's go right here. And now I'll just say I'll say this right here before I start. I will say fair use. So I'm critiquing the videos that I see. and I would try to speed it up. That way they won't give me a strike and all that. So let's see if I can speed this up real quick.
I think we're in those times. And I think every great
I can't speed this up, so let me just
civilization has had these times, from Sodom and Gomorrah to the Great Flood.
Okay. That's one. Let me see. I didn't want to play. That's a short. I'm trying to find something. And this is spontaneous too, guys. So I didn't want to play I didn't want to play this, but you know what? I got to. I gotta play it. I gotta play it. So pretty much everybody is saying that they believe it's giants, like huge bodily giants. That's pretty much what I'm hearing.
Of Genesis 6, it says the Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God had relations with human women, and they bore children of them. End of sentence. New sentence. They were the heroes who were from the ancient past, men of renown. There's two major sentences there. First one says the Nephilim were on the earth in those days and also afterward. There are two possible interpretations of this expression. They were on the earth in those days and afterward. What does that mean? They were there in those days and afterward. Well, some people think this means that the Nephilim were the children that came from the angels who married the women in Genesis 6, verses 1 to 3, and that the Nephilim were the product of these unnatural unions. And
okay, and I just stop it there. So that's good. And I since we're going to talk about it a little bit more, I'll find more videos. But this is what people are breaking down or are really into right now. So what I see, and I'll read it so you guys can see it too. I'm one of the ones who believe that it's just, and people gonna say, oh, that's boring. I'm the one that believes that it's not bodily giants, like tall, like super, super tall, like strangely tall. I believe it's giants like today when you talk about Elon Musk, we would call him a giant, like, or we would call him more like, oh yeah, everybody know Elon Musk. Like, man, he's doing big things, or something like that. So I'm just trying to find somebody who we can relate to. Like, I think it's men of renown, like just people that believe that these people are huge, like they're doing big time things, and that's the way I see giants, Now I'm not gonna lie, when you look it up, people, and search it in Google, it says something about Nephilim, so with giants and Hebrew and all that. So yeah, let me try to find that. So because I'm just kind of talking, and like I said, I want to be real quick. I don't want to go into depth right now, but this is what I want you guys to see. Let me show you guys. Let's go to Google right quick, and all of a sudden now my mouse want to act stupid. So tell you what, I stay right here. So first, I go right here so we can see. So first is saying what blow it up so everybody can see it. Okay, so it says, like he was saying, I read it. And it came to pass when the men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair. So the sons of God saw. So look, it says right here, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. So it's like you having daughters instead of sons. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know people say, "Oh, no, wow, really, Maurice, you really found something." But no, I'm reading it, trying to show you guys. I believe it's just talking about like we are today. Like we might have more daughters here today than sons. And so let me keep reading. And so right here, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men. See, the sons of God, I believe sons of God is talking about just like some, like men who's actually following God, doing what he asked them to do, and also just going, how you go to church, or you do this, or you believe in the word, the scripture, however you want to say it. Sons of God. Now you got some men who didn't believe that. They're like, hey, get that out of my face. So nothing was really, so what did he say? Nothing's new under the sun. So look, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, and that they were fair. They were pretty. They were gorgeous. Look, but hey, some of them, might not, they're growing up under the men that don't believe in God. So now you got daughters that are being born, women who are now not believing in God. Look, and they took them wives of all which they chose. See right here, look. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with men, with man. See? So it's not that, his spirit, his words are not all. He says he's not going to always strive with men. Like they're not going to take it. They're going to go somewhere else. They're going to search for other things. So look, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. See, he's describing all this, and then now what I'm going to do, since people are reaching out to other gods and entities and all that, I'm gonna downsize it to 120 years of living, because mankind, they're gonna try to tap in. That's why I mentioned Elon Musk. I'm not trying to say nothing bad about Elon Musk. I'm saying that we all know Elon Musk, and his goal is to go to the height, to the stars or to the planets and galaxies, probably, and so right here, look, this is what we're talking about. I do it like this. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men. You guys know what that means. They just had intercourse, right? And they bear children to them. The same became, look, the same, talking about who he was talking about, the giants. The same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. When you look this up, what is that definition? This is why I'm saying this, guys, and I'll stop right here. So you're talking about men of renown. That's why I mentioned Elon Musk today. So yeah, when you have this right here, look, the state of being widely known, like known worldwide, like why, everybody know about this, these men or whoever, the man that they're talking about, the giants. We would call them like superstars or whatever, whatever name we would have today. Like, yeah, Elon Musk is that, he's huge, like he's big time giant. He's a giant, and a lot of people might be saying I'm stretching it. And like I say, this is not set in stone. This is the way I'm seeing it. Look, highly respected and acclaimed for one's achievement or character. So that's what I wanted to say today. I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said, I'm going to keep getting into this because I see that a lot of people are talking about it, which is cool. That's cool because, hey, I mean, it's good to talk about the Bible and try to explore things and dig and research. But And also, it's not where you should be upset that everybody's saying it. Like, I mean, I'm not going. I mean, when I saw it and read it first, I'm thinking the same thing too. Now that they have seen bones, they have found bones and all that are big, but based on the scripture what we just read, if he's saying men of renown, and that means like widely, known throughout the world, then I'm thinking giants mean like, like just everybody know them. And think about it. If they're giants, in the way I'm saying it, and now they're not believing in God, but they're giants professing something else. Like Nimrod. Nimrod was, he was a mighty hunter. I see mighty hunter as gathering a lot of people, and now they all, all those people are believing in what they're saying, so yeah, I mean, that's just me. I feel like just reading it, and you know what? And I should go back. No, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. So hey, this is just the introduction. I'm gonna get off. So the ones that see it later, hey, y'all, let me know what you think, and I'm gonna keep talking about the subject. Have a part 2, or episode 2, episode 3, and I just feel like, because I don't know, it's interesting. And it's something that I would like to learn, and I might be seeing it wrong. So yeah, you guys take care, man. I'll talk to you later. Hey, this is 40 and go, and subscribe, share it, and and just tell people, hey, they want to talk about some stuff, anything about a video you want me to critique, that kind of deals with, a spiritual aspect of things, or looking at, from the Bible. Or just anything, looking at it and then trying to relate it to the Bible, but yeah. If y'all see videos, y'all send it out. The email is spiritualwartv@gmail.com, even though I changed the name. But y'all take care. I'll talk to you later.